Don't stop believing. Except I did. I can man up and admit it. Man, when Miami was down 25 points, so we're talking 35-10 with roughly 8 minutes to go in the third quarter, mind you. So we're talking about the second half of the game. With the way they were playing, I said no shot. Look, I will never doubt this 2024 Miami Hurricanes team ever again, no matter how much they're down. Mark my words. But I wanted to come on here and say, look, on my live stream, because people said, Coop, you were doubting. Coop, I can't believe you didn't believe. Look, no, sir, not with the way they were playing on defense or on offense. Cam Ward himself came up after the game, and he said, I was trying to play too much hero ball. I was going for the big play, and he was even doing that early before they were down, which put Miami in a pretty bad spot. But we'll get to the bad stuff. We do some of the good, some of the bad. Quick, instant reaction, guys. It's 4:30 in the morning right now. But I had to give my thoughts. I couldn't wait. I'm not going to be going to bed anytime soon. Let's be real. Miami wins 39-38. A 1-point victory. And funny enough, I continued throughout the game. And even before the game started, I'm talking before it kicked off, I said specifically, I don't care if Miami wins by 1 or 100, just get a win. And by golly, they come out and they win by 1. So it is what it is. 6-0, undefeated. Upset Saturday did not strike the Canes. Bama goes down today, number 1 team in the country. Tennessee goes down today, number 5 team in the country. And that's just to name a few. Multiple top 25 teams did go down today, but not the Miami Hurricanes. The comeback Canes, the cardiac Canes strike again and survive California Memorial Stadium, traveling to the other side of the country. And they got it done. They got it done, man. There was so much with this game. Like, Miami was down for so much of it. And the vibes were just low. Trolling was high. And it's funny because the Calgary Rhythm was a cool group. Truly, they were. They were very welcoming. They were like, hey, we're cool people. Like, come on down. And the reality is they didn't think they could win. And they believed that they had it in the bag once they went up by 25. And now we're seeing the personalities change a little bit. What's happening? Like, everybody was friendly and welcoming, and now they're like, F Miami, F the fans, y'all suck, y'all are trash, you cheated, you're frauds. And that's what we've continued to hear. Look, if you think that you're going to get under Miami fans' skin by saying those things, we're used to being called much worse than that. We're used to actually being called those things and then also still losing. I don't want to hear any excuses from you. And you want me to tell you why? You were up 35-10, as we just discussed, with roughly 8 minutes left to go in the third quarter, and you still couldn't get the job done. I don't want to hear anything about refs or a specific call. Wesley Basaint hitting your quarterback. They reviewed it. Targeting, not targeting. We can sit here and type it up all day long, but it doesn't matter. And I think, hey, look, it might have been close. Let's be real. It might have been close. But I think that he was, kind of went in with the shoulder. Mendoza was not a defenseless player. He was kind of, there's no reason to even debate it. But we can debate it in the comments if you want to. But what, Cal, you got too conservative. You played to try to just protect that lead instead of trying to extend it. And let's also be real. Right? If we want to get down to the nitty gritty, Miami handed you so many free points. We literally said, Miami said, let's make it as hard on ourselves as possible and see if we can come back and win, I guess. I know it sounds crazy, but we literally handed Cal points. And man, another big reason why it was so hard for me to believe, and I predicted Miami to win. All right. I predicted Miami to win by 17. They were favored by 10.5. They win by 1. A win is a win. A win's a win. But I thought they were going to win big. But yes, during the stream, I started to doubt, and it's because really I felt like Cal had Miami where they wanted Miami. And what I mean by that is a big lead by 25 in the second half of the ball game, which means Miami had to get aggressive in the passing game. Cam Ward wasn't throwing the ball very well in the first half. He had around 100 or 110 yards going into halftime. Really, really bad. Everybody said, Heisman talk is over. Who is this guy? We don't even know this quarterback that's on the field right now. And that meant they had to go heavy in the passing game against the Cal defense that led the nation in interceptions, which, by the way, they picked Cam off and took it to the house. But also, let's be real, it was a freebie. Cam just, trying to make something happen. He tossed it up. He played pretty bad in the first half, and I think that's an understatement. I don't know what he was seeing or not seeing. There were so many times he had guys open. He had the checkdowns. He had the shorter passes, but he wanted to hit that deep ball so bad. He wanted to connect. He wanted the big play when it wasn't even needed earlier in the game. But again, he recognizes this. He owns up to it. He's a guy that's big on accountability, and he spoke on it. And he said, that's on me. But by the time this thing was in the fourth quarter and the game was over, he still threw for 437 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Put the team on his back, put together multiple drives, 21 points in the fourth quarter. To Cal's what? 3. Cal had every opportunity to win this game, and honestly, they should have won the game. Miami very heavily penalized once again, 9 for 110 yards. That's more than an entire football field worth of penalty yardage. And boy, we almost there at the end. Yo, can we talk for just a second? Horton, look, they hit Jacoby George early in the game with the penalty. Mario was upset about that, understandably so. Bro, they're going to keep poking you. You know this from last season. They know they can get you. Just get it together, man. They're going to try you each and every week. But Horton, man, turned a 2nd and 5 into a 2nd and 20 because he tried to kick somebody. Bro, we got to be more disciplined in that because those games, those types of penalties usually, look, you got Michael Irvin over here chewing his fingernails off on the sideline. That can cost us a game. That can literally change the outcome of a game. So Miami cannot have stuff like that happening. But you want to know what's really funny about this one? And then we'll talk some more football. The fact that I had over 1,500 people in my live stream at 2:30 a.m. on this Sunday morning. Actually, you know what? I'll plug in a clip right here. I asked the viewers, I said, put a 1 if you're a Miami fan, put a 2 if you're not. And if you'll notice, there are some 2s in there. And there's some people trolling and whatever. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Miami fan. Put a 2 in the chat if you're a fan of any other team. Look at that. Look at the ones! It's 3 o'clock on Sunday morning. We're here. We don't need sleep. We just got to win. We just came back down 25. Sleep. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. But I find it real funny that this Miami program is irrelevant. Hasn't done anything in forever. Hasn't ever won the ACC. Everybody says, we don't care about you. We don't care about the Canes. And there were so many hate watchers who stayed up until 2:30 in the morning. Sitting there hoping that Miami would lose. Watching, just waiting. They already had drafts made up on Twitter. There were actually even some sports media outlets, I'm sure, that are sneak dissing, that are waiting for everything to unravel. They were ready to go. And they wasted their night hate watching the Miami Hurricanes just to watch them end up winning this game and remaining undefeated going into a bye week. Now we get to rest. Let's just hope the bye week curse isn't real. But anyways, back to the Cal game. We still do this thing. Miami still does it to where they make these quarterbacks that aren't great look like potential Heisman caliber quarterbacks. Mendoza kind of did his thing for the most part. I mean, he didn't go too crazy. He threw 22 passes, 285, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, but I don't know, man. The defense is still missing too many tackles. Still a lot of poor angles. It should have just never even come down to this. We should have never been in this situation. And thank goodness the offense is able to, produce points rather quickly, put together some quick scoring drives, and able to get it done. 30 first downs for Miami, 7 of 16 on third downs. I'll take it. 3 of 4 on fourth downs. Hey, got 3 of 4. 575 through the air for the Canes. 138 rushing. I like seeing holding Cal to 73 rushing. Under triple digits. Their big storyline was Jaden Odd is 100% healthy for the first time this season. He did have a big... No, he really didn't kind of have that big of a run, I guess. Not really. Not from Ott. No, it was actually more so I think they hit him with a pass, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he had 75 yards receiving. So they did find a way to get him involved in that way. But a turnover apiece for each of them. Time of possession, Miami owned it. Early on, Cal didn't need to because they scored quick. They had good field position. But Miami almost double the time of possession for Cal. Mark Fletcher led the rushing, 11 for 81. But, bro, look at the rushing touchdowns. Fletcher with a touchdown. Martinez with a touchdown. Cam Ward rushed in a touchdown. I love to see that. And Restrepo, come on, man. Come on. And look at this list. Nice, long, and strong, just like we like them. 7 for 163. Back in those triple digits. And Xavier Restrepo came in clutch with that 77-yarder late in the game. I'm kind of happy so many people doubted him in 2023 because dude is just absolutely popping off and doing his thing. I think that it was something that pushed him and honestly just made him work even harder to prove the doubters wrong. So keep doing your thing, Restrepo. Horton had 9 freaking receptions. Let's go. George with 5. Brown with 4. We had a couple of issues where Cam was making some throws. And it was literally hitting guys in the hands and they were dropping it. If it hits you in the hands, I don't want to hear any excuses, no BS, no nothing. You got to catch those. You've got to catch those. Lofton had a big-time catch, even though it's only one. Let's not downplay that. Lofton doing his thing, coming in and blocking at times, and gets that big-time catch. And he took a shot, too. He had to come out after that play, but he held on to the ball. Miami teams of the past, this is exactly what we said last week when they saw the adversity down 10 against Virginia Tech. Down 25 now this week? Oh, heck no. Miami teams of the past would have laid down, would have quit, and would have given up. And in situations like that, where, as an example, Lofton holds on to that ball and completes that catch, the player, whoever it is, would have taken a big shot and they would have dropped the ball. Because they would just be kind of half-assed and everything. Like, they would have just kind of given up at that point. Let's not forget Andy's field goal, which was 46 yards, and he hit all of his extra points, including the one that gave Miami the 1-point lead. That's important. Only 2 sacks. 7 TFLs. But only 2 sacks. This is a little bit concerning because this is a Cal O-line that gave up 13 in the last 2 games. 16 on the season. So that's a bit frustrating. Miami's got some things to figure out. I don't want to downplay this win. I always tell everyone, again, an ugly win is still better than any type of loss. We could be in Bama's shoes. That they only lost by 5. They still lost. Tennessee didn't lose by a lot. Guess what? They still lost. I'll always take that win. People are going to jump on Twitter. They got them Twitter fingers. Miami needed the refs' help again. Miami cheats again. Miami had to come back again. That's what they're going to continue to say. There will always be, if they're not a Miami fan, there will always be an excuse or some sort of reason why Miami is not good and why they had help and why this one doesn't count. Well, I looked officially here at the record again. I'm going to double check it again one more time here for y'all. That says 6-0. Hey, right here. Look, wake up. It says 6-0. And I'll be real, that's all I care about. Your opinion when it comes to if the Canes won or lost is completely irrelevant to me. It carries no weight, doesn't mean a thing because it says 6-0 on there. And yes, I'm being humble. There are a lot of things Miami needs to fix because these games we still got some big ones coming up. I know Louisville lost to SMU. I know they lost to Notre Dame. It's still going to be a tough game. Miami showed that they're far from perfect, and we're getting exposed with the secondary a lot, man. And we knew that it was going to be suspect going into this season, but some teams are really exploiting it. And I don't know how Miami fixes it right now other than just continue to play hard, try to come in with a good game plan, make solid adjustments, and keep putting up big points. It's hard to hang if you can keep scoring a lot in these games. Even if we're giving up stuff, we come right back and punch them back in the mouth, and then we get on the board. That's what we got to see. It was nice to have Ruben Bain back. He did have a TFL literally on I think it was the first play of the game. When he tackled Ott, he did share a sack. Mesdor was in there with half of one as well. Barrow had the one single sack. Basaint played his butt off. I know he was praying. He was like, please no targeting. Please no targeting. And I know people are going to talk it up down in the comments. But this is just, again, quick, instant, initial reaction. It's looking like the ACC is the Clemson, Miami, SMU show. I don't know. We'll see. I guess Virginia's undefeated in the conference. Pitt's undefeated in the conference. But let's be real. Come on. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I just know 6-0 feels good. Cal, you played a tough game. I want to give y'all credit. I want to give you respect. Even though I know your fan base hates us right now, you'd probably spit in my face if we were standing right here in the same room. But look, you blew a 25-point lead. Let's be real and honest here. You can't do that. You're asking for it. I still say they got way too conservative. They kind of got away from what they were doing. And let's also give Miami credit for stepping up. That defense played better, overall better, in the second half, especially the fourth quarter. We're 6-0. We get a break. We get to rest. Let's keep showing support. Let's keep having fun. And let's hope that the bye week curse again can be broken. Because Miami still has yet to win a game off of a bye week under that guy right there. Under Mario Cristobal. But the whole world was watching tonight, y'all. College game day. Everybody was waiting for the Canes to lose. And once again, Miami finds a way to win. We are 6-0. So haters,